Hello everyone and welcome to Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole. I just wanted to jump on here for a minute and show you a few things and talk to you just a minute. Boy, guys, I have been through the ringer. You know I got the poison ivy. It's starting to look a lot better. But I ended up, I had a steroid shot on the 13th. And then by Saturday, let's see, the 13th was on Wednesday. So I had a steroid shot on Wednesday. On Saturday, the poison ivy had gotten worse. It was not getting better. It was a lot worse. So I called the after hours nurse and they suggested I go to the ER within the next 4 hours because they wanted to make sure that I didn't get it into my body, you know. So went to the ER Saturday and they gave me another steroid shot. And they also gave me a round of steroid pills to take. So I started those yesterday. And even after the first dose, I was so jittery. My heart raced all day yesterday. Shaking real bad. Not feeling well at all. Well, through the night, I took my full dose yesterday. Through the night, I kept waking up with heartburn and stuff. And then this morning when I got up, I was having chest pains in the right side of my chest and into my arm a little bit. So I called the after hours nurse because I thought, oh, I got heartburn. And I needed to make sure it's okay to take something along with the prednisone. So she suggested I call 911 and go to the ER. So I've not been home long from the ER. The doctor said, stop the prednisone. All my tests came back okay, but I am in a higher risk group for heart problems, family history and stuff. So they ran, all the tests came back okay, everything looked fine, but I follow up with my heart doctor tomorrow and see if he wants to run any more tests or anything. But, boy, I have just been through it. They gave me my first ride in an ambulance. Well, that's nothing, you know, you don't want to have a ride in an ambulance. But it was my first ride in an ambulance. I just turned 57, and I had my first ride in an ambulance ever. Not riding with anyone or anything. First time inside an ambulance. But, so that's all going on with me. I'm exhausted, so I'm going to probably take a nap after this video. But I wanted to share a few things with you. One thing is, I started on the Virus Shawl. And I'm, let's see my notes. I'm using some of the yarn that I won in that giveaway, the shawl and the ball. One thing I'm finding out. Okay, here is my shawl I've got done so far, and I love how the colors are working up. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So this is what I got so far. This is all I have left on that one skein. So, I mean, it might be enough to get this big enough, but that, to me, I mean, that's not very large. It might be enough. If not, I might have to go into the other skein a little bit. So I'm thinking the shawl and the ball works if you're following their shawl pattern, maybe. But we'll see if I have to use more or not. And so I am using the shawl and the ball by Lines brand. It's 5.3 ounce weight, 481 yards in a skein. It says, that's another thing I wanted to show you. It says a medium 4 weight. Let me see. This is all this stuff laying around. Okay, I'll show you that in just a minute. So medium 4 weight. I am using a 3.5 hook. It calls for a 6mm. And I thought, oh, I don't know. It says it's a 4 weight too, but look at this yarn. Can you see how thin that is? And it's another thing that I'm discovering. It's almost roving in places. Like some places are a lot thicker. Let's see if you can see in here on my shawl. If I can find a place. There's some places where it gets really thick. And I'm not for sure, you know, almost like a roving type. See, like that right there is kind of thick. Oh, I probably can't see it because the way the camera zooms. But it's got spots that are a little bit thicker than others. it's really hard, almost impossible to frog. I did lose a little bit at the beginning because I had to frog it and it would not frog. And this is the yarn one from the Armchair Chef, Lori. And I'm following the tutorial for the Virus Shawl on Woolpedia EN. They had like 5 different little videos taking you through the steps. So by the time I got through all 5 of the videos, I know what to do now, because there's the repeats, the row repeats. It's 3 or 4 row repeat. But I started following another video, and it just gave you the first, you know, like just, it was a real short video. And then I thought, oh, I don't know, I don't understand it enough. So I watched, then I found this one with Woolpedia EN, and I started following them, and I'll link them below. But they had 5 steps to follow, 5 videos for just this one shawl, and then you take off on your own and go bigger than that, you know, as big as you need. Another thing I want to point out was my sign. Do y'all see it? This is hard to do backwards. My husband and me worked on that yesterday. He cut the board and everything, and I traced out the letters, and then he painted it for me and painted the little sunflowers on it and stuff. So I'm so excited. It's so cute. Let's see. The one thing I've learned, like when you're tracing the letters and you want to put it on something else like that, I took and printed out the letters the way I wanted them. And I printed bubble letters. I mean, hollowed it out so that you could fill it, so it didn't use up a lot of ink. But you take the back of the paper and coat it with chalk, you know, like just rub chalk all over the back, lay it down where you want to copy it to, trace it, and then when you remove the paper, your outline is there, and then once you're finished, the chalk just, you know, wears off, goes away. So that's one way to transfer stuff like that when you're wanting to do that. Let's see, another thing, I haven't got very far on my Mosaic Blanket. Right there's where I'm at right now. I'm loving it though. I just really love it. I just hadn't worked on it a little bit because I did that shawl on the ball trying to get that done. And hopefully I'll have it done in a day or 2 and can show you the finished object there. And I also made a few stitch markers. This is my first time ever trying to make stitch markers. I'm not sure how well they did. I mean, I think they're cute, but I don't know. Let me show you. This is my hope motif that I did following Tinna, and I forgot her last name. I'll post her link below. But this is my first mosaic I ever did. I've showed it before, but here is the stitch marker that I made. And this is a little glass bottle. Let's see if I can. It has shells and little stones in it and sand. And it was, let's see, do I have anything printed out? No. Last year for my birthday, I got to go to California for a week. And me and a friend rode up Highway 1 up the coast and stopped. I got to go, okay, y'all, this was my first plane ride ever in my life. First time seeing the ocean. Sorry. It was very breathtaking. So I got to see Pismo Beach. We went to Pismo Beach, Avalai. Oh, I can't remember how you pronounce that. Several beaches. We went to this one place on the coast there, and there was the beach. We were in the place where it was like an observation. You couldn't get down to the beach, and I don't know if there was a place where you could right there, because it was covered with line seals. I mean, they were everywhere. Or not, was it line? Anyway, there's seals laying, bathing on the beach, sunbathing. I mean, it was covered, and it was so awesome. I went to the zoo in Fresno Zoo, while I was there. My most memorable beach, and that's where I got the sand and the little stones, was Cambria. If you ever go to California, you got to look up Cambria and go to the beach there. They've got a beach and there's all these little stones. I don't know if I can, let's see. If I can show some of them. It was just, oh, I loved it. It was beautiful. And then the stones and stuff. Let's see. There's all, and sometimes you might even find glass stones, but I don't know if I can do this. Let's see. I don't know. But there are all these little shells. Yeah, and then like some of the here, well, there's like, here's a little green one. Maybe I can find it. There are all these little glass looking stones. And people go there. Well, y'all, I don't know how to do this. This stone is so small. Well, I'll find it in a minute. Oh, there it is. But there's all these little smooth stones mixed into the, the sand. So you come up with all these little stones and stuff. I'm still a little nervous from the medicine. But people go there and they gather these stones and stuff for jewelry making and everything. But it is just an awesome beach. I just loved it. And I loved, my suitcase weighed a ton coming back. Because I had sand and the little stones. I gathered up little baggies of the sand and stuff. And I labeled them what beach I'd been at and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, that is what I've got in these little glass bottles, is sand and little stones and shells. So at least one shell and a few stones in each bottle and some sand from Cambria Beach in California that I collected personally. And so all of these look a little different. It's got a lobster clasp, and then it's got some beads in the little bottle. But I've got several of those. I don't know. You all can tell me what you think. I don't know if this is something that I could sell, if I'm not good enough yet at it. I need to practice more. There's a glare on that, so you can see those little stones in there. Let's see. But I would be willing to sell, or I'd like to be able to sell them if y'all think they're good enough to sell. I might need to practice some more and just use, maybe give these out in giveaways or something. But I will give out some in giveaways. See, that one's so cute. And I tried to put just a tad of glue around the lid, so when I put the cork in, that kind of helps hold it closed. But I'm going to keep at least one, since that's my first ones I've ever made. But I've got 10, 11 more that I would be willing to sell. I'm not sure about on price and everything either. So that's something I'd have to look into, all that. But I would like your opinion on all that, if you could, please. Let's see. Oh, I wanted to share some happy mail. It's a little letter. Oh. I hope I didn't hold it up too long. Sorry. And it's a little note, and I don't know that she'll mind me sharing. She said not that I couldn't, but this is from Amber, and I appreciate it, Amber. This meant so much to me, even more than a card, that you took the time to write me a little note. And it just says, "Dear Crystal, I just watched your video on April 3rd. I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I love your channel. Received an email from another subscriber to check you out, but they were too late. I was already subscribed. Anyway, just a quick note from Iowa. Remember to smile big and often. Amber. Happy birthday." Wasn't that sweet? I really like that. That just really touched me and blessed me. So thank you, Amber, for that little note. And okay, now I'm gonna try to start leaving little tips at the end of my videos. And not necessarily just yarn, crochet tips, but any little tips of things that I think that I've learned that are of interest. But the one I want to leave with you today is a crochet tip. I have found out, and most of you may already know, but I'm going to share anyway for those who might not know, because it's helped me a lot. If you're watching someone from the UK crocheting a tutorial, and they say, we're going to do a treble stitch, you need to watch them or see if they say UK or US terms, because a treble in UK is a double in US. And a double in UK terms is a single in US. I know, but you always need to watch that. And if they don't say it when they're saying what they're doing, if you'll watch and make sure if it's a treble or a double or whatever, then, but that is something that I found, and I watch real close if I'm following any tutorials from someone from the UK, because they may be doing theirs in their terms, not US terms. And most of the time, though, they will let you know that's, say we're going to do a treble stitch, and say, no, that's UK terms, so in US terms, that would be a double. So most of them will tell you that. But I think I've kept you long enough. This is longer than I thought it was going to be, and I didn't want to keep you too long. But I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Please, if there's anybody watching that has not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel. We're getting closer and closer toward 500, so I can get my community tab. Also, like and share out my videos. So give me that thumbs up. Comment. I can't see who's liked and who's not liked my video. But if you comment, I can see you. And give me feedback. If there's something you want me to talk about or show you, then just let me know. And I'll do that. Let's see. And I think that's it for right now. So I love you guys. And I'll talk to you later. Bye from Crystal's Crochet Cubbyhole.